Hey everyone, this is Jenny Garcia, and in this video, I'm going to share some pages of my book journal. And this has been the only one that I film in a horizontal way. Most of them are from my Instagram account, so I'm gonna start uploading them, but they'll be in vertical 9 by 16 sort of format. But I am loving this project, and it might become an every year sort of thing. And I am using one of the Everyday Explorers Mini Bookmakers Club mini album. They're 4 by 6. And what I've been doing is I've printed the photos in photo paper, but for the little notes that I write in my notes app in my phone, I use presentation paper from Epson, which is like photo paper. The quality is really good. However, it's a lot thinner, so my book is a little bit less chunky. I've been adding so many things to my album that now it doesn't fit in the little sleeve, which I don't mind. I love the sleeve, but it's not the end of the world. And I'm using as one of the markers for the month one of the new cards from Everyday Explorers, and they say currently reading, currently watching, currently exploring, and things like that. They are, I believe, 3.5 by 5 inches. They also have a version that you can buy online, and the size of those cards are 3 by 4, which is the usual size for Project Life, which I love. So I bought those and I changed them and all the colors, and I printed all of them because I'm going to use them a lot in my Project Life album. And I already have a video of how to do that. It's in my channel. I'll try to link it in the cards. So instead of journaling about one book, I decided to just talk about the month of April. I read a few books, but it wasn't the best month I've had all year. I mean, it wasn't bad, but I just had better. It's just that month I only read 6 books. Well, actually, yeah, I read 6 books, and a few of them were meh. Compared to March, in March I read a bunch of good ones. But that cultish book, I love information about cults. I don't know what is it. I know that some people are like true crime junkies, but I love cults. I'll watch documentaries, I'll read the books, I'll watch the YouTube videos. I love them. So in this book of cultish, she explores, those religions, cultish language. But I wish it had a little bit more. It wasn't bad, but it could have been better. I'm just tired of always hearing about the same ones, Jonestown, Heaven's Gate, stuff like that. And these are stickers that I made using a digital stamp from Everyday Explorers, and I love doing this. The other day I posted on my Instagram that I made a whole page with even smaller ones, since this is a pretty small book, and I love embellishing. You've been there, you've seen the videos, hopefully. If you haven't, I add way too many things. It is what it is, and I do love it. So I figured that making them even smaller would work better in my album. And I'm using the Tombow Twin Tone Dual Tip markers to fill out those little boxes where you can add the book rating. I'm also going to add my puffy stickers from American Greetings that I love so much. And these are papers from the Everyday Explorers Mini Bookmakers Club kit. And I'm just adding a little bit more washi. I did some stamping, and I'll add most of the items that I've used below in case you're interested in getting them. Most of them are affiliate links. You don't have to use them, but they do help a lot. And I'm trying to add adhesive right in the corners of this paper, that way it won't peel off and I won't rip a page. And I'm using the Tombow Mono Air Touch adhesive, which is really strong, so if you're gonna glue, make sure that you're gluing the correct way. I also like to open it a little bit, that way sometimes when you glue too close to the spine, it makes it difficult to open. And I also read, I continue reading the A Good Girl's Guide to Murder series, which is really good. I really liked it. I enjoyed the first one, and then I realized that there were 2 more. So I read one in April, and I read the other one in May. And these are other books that I read. I love that paper with the, not rainbow, I would say, with the arches. It was really pretty. I didn't want to cover it, but I did needed to add at least one book to that side of the paper. And I love how that orange looked, but I felt that it wasn't popping enough. So I always, from the pages I printed with the information, since it's really good for printing, it was also good for stamping. So I always like to keep the scraps for things like this. And I was debating on what to do, and covering it up, stamping when you're not happy, it's completely fine. It's normal, and a lot of people do it often, and I totally recommend this, especially if you're a newbie. And I thought it was gonna be fine with the black and a little shadow. It took me a while to decide, and I eventually did glue down that circle. And these alphas are from Everyday Explorers, and I love them, especially this orange color. It's really pretty, and I love layering with washi tape. I have so much washi tape, but I also love using it too, so it's not like I hoard it. I mean, I hoard it because it's something that it's really hard to use up. I'm gonna switch the washi tape quite a bit until I'm happy with everything. That's the great thing about washi tape. You can unstick it, glue it back again, and keep playing with it until you're happy with it. And the washi tape from the little dispenser is a very old one from Studio Calico. The scallop black one is from Amy Tangerine. I do love the American Crafts washi tape packs. They're so good. And these big labels are from Citrus Twist Kits. I think they are printables. If I do find them, I'm gonna link them because they're so awesome. I do know that I printed these, but I've done a few guest spots for them, and I was part of the design team for a long time. And lately I am loving printables. I think the flexibility to print it in the paper that you want, in the size that you want, in the color. I do use a lot of Photoshop, but if you don't want to change the color, maybe you can just use either the Silhouette Studio app. Even if you don't have the machine, you can just cut it by hand, or you can just use Word. They're really easy to use. And this is a graphic novel. It's originally in French, and it's about a girl that, I don't know, she either has multiple personalities, or it's her way of dealing with things. The first book is about introducing all the people that are within her, but her hair changes too. or actually she sees her hair change. So that's what I guess, that it was like a multiple thing. But it's the first book. It's introducing, the whole story. And I know the second one is out, so I can't wait to read it. I read everything. My least favorite is romance. And I guess I don't really read about religion because I'm not religious. But I'll try everything once. There are a few romance that, if they're funny or if they have a mystery involved, if they are like romance mixed with something, I'll read them. But I also read a lot of books with my daughters, and one of them is 9 and the other one is 13. And very often the 13-year-old will read a book and tell me, oh, you have to read this. Or I will tell her that I would recommend something, but they're very hard to convince. So I usually just let them pick, but we do love reading in the house, so that's really nice. My favorite is anything dystopian and weird. So I try to add the photos first and then the little reviews. Since it's such a small format, it's hard to embellish, but I really don't mind. And for the Whistler, instead of doing a little bar with a book rating, this one is a circle that says read this, and around it says it was amazing, it was okay, and don't bother. I hated the Whistler, and these opinions are my own. You read whatever brings you joy, because life is too short and our time is too limited to read stuff that we don't like. So if you like I'm not a Colleen Hoover fan, but if you like her, if you want to read all her books sitting down for a whole week, by all means, enjoy your time. But I do have strong opinions about a lot of books. But I also have very weird taste, so I would take my recommendations with a grain of salt. I'm also doing the A to C challenge. I didn't think I was going to do it this year. And I think it was at the beginning of August or the end of July, when I saw that I've read enough books to maybe fill out all the letters, and I actually have like only 5 letters left. So I'm gonna do that too, and I'm gonna add it to the album. However, if I do this album next year, I would like to pick something a little bit bigger. That way I can add more books in these spreads, because I feel that everything is so tight and I can't add as many books. And also I want to add more embellishing. I know these are busy, but I want them to be Jenny busy. And actually yesterday, while I was flipping through this little mini album, I started adding some little digital stamps from Everyday Explorers. They turn into stickers that says official book club selection, which is why I read The Whistler. I don't think I would have picked out that book on my own, but since it was a book club pick, I read it, and this is the result. I am loving this project so much. I don't know what is it about it. Maybe that it's small and attainable and easy and pretty slow pace, but I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like it, give it a thumbs up and stay tuned for all of the rest of the spreads. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.